Hey guys, VideoJames, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to use Altaria. Now, Altaria is one of the last Pokemon to get a Mega Evolution in Pokemon Sun and Moon. However, it is one of the Pokemon to get the best Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, looking at normal Altaria, we see Dragon Flying. Okay, we got the 4 times weakness to Ice, and the weakness to Dragon and Fairy. But we do get the resistance to Electric, and we actually still keep the resistance, or the weakness to Rock. But we've got 2 great abilities on Altaria, Natural Cure and Cloud 9. Natural Cure, a Pokemon's status, i.e. burn, paralyze, whatever, is healed when it's withdrawn from battle, and its hidden ability Cloud 9, all weather effects are negated while he's on the field. Meaning you could use Hail, and Altaria wouldn't be affected by the hail. And then you could just use Blizzard if Altaria had Blizzard, and you get an instant one-hit KO. Or, not one-hit KO, but instant 100% accuracy. And then, like I said, Altaria has those weaknesses and stuff that it has. But then we see its base stats, 490. So, for a Dragon type, kind of low, 490. That we got the 75 in the HP, 70 in both the attacks, 90 in the defense, and 105 in the special defense, and 80 in the speed. So we can already tell Altaria, bit of a tanky. That Altaria's got that high special defense and that high defense, and it does get access to moves like Cotton Guard. That Cotton Guard, your defense is raised by 3, so that makes it extremely volatile when it's got the Cotton Guard up. And 80 speed, making it viable with speed, and 75 HP, making it able to stay on the field a while. That even without Nature, max HP invested Altaria would hit 354. So it still does pretty good. A little less HP than a Torterra, but still pretty good. And then we see the Mega Evolution Altaria is actually a Dragon and Fairy type, with the ability Pixelate. So Pixelate increases the power of normal type moves by 20%, and then it changes them to Fairy type moves. So it's giving him an extra 20% damage, plus the stab, meaning that it just makes it OP as all heck. And it makes it even more OP because Altaria gets access to Boom Burst, get access to Return, get access to Frustration. It basically gets access to hundreds of good normal type moves that can just sweep across the board. And then we see its stats, 590, that we got 75 and 80 in the HP and speed still, but now we have 110 in the attack, special attack, and defense, and 105 in the special defense. So our defense actually got higher now. And then we see that we still got the same weaknesses, except for we've lost the weakness to Rock and the weakness to Dragon, because we are actually now immune to Dragon, and we gain a attack by ground again. But now we still got the weakness to Ice, we got an extra weakness to Poison, as well as the weakness to Steel and Fairy. And then moving on over into Showdown, we see that the first Altaria set is a Choice Specs special set. That we see we've got maxed out HP and special attack with the Modest Nature, and 4 EVs thrown in the special defense. We've got Natural Cure to kind of keep us away from all those statuses, and then we got Choice Specs just to make our special attack high as all heck. That even with 262, Choice Specs is going to make it all the more powerful. And we've got the HP just because, again, Altaria sometimes tank better than speed. But we got Dragon Pulse just for that stab, Moonblast because it gets access to Moonblast. That's really one of the only reasons it's on there, is because Moonblast is OP as a fairy move. We get access to Ice Beam because Ice Beam is really good, and then we get access to Flamethrower. So Altaria all around got a lot of coverage for all of its weaknesses. That Dragon Pulse takes out other Dragon types, Ice Beam takes out Rock types, takes out Grass types, takes out Flying types, takes out a whole bunch of stuff that we're weak to. And then Flamethrower, get rid of Ice types, get rid of Steel types, get rid of Grass types. Again, that Altaria just got a lot of coverage across the board. And the next set is actually a Life Orb Toxic set. Then we've got Life Orb with Natural Cure, and then we got Toxic just to kind of wear our opponent down, Roost to kind of give us our health back, and then just Draco Meteor and Heat Wave for that straight damage. And we see we got maxed out special attack and maxed out speed with the Timid Nature and 4 in the special defense. Now the reason I have speed on this set is kind of because it kind of needs a little bit more of that speed. That with this Altaria set, you kind of want to outspeed more as opposed to kind of tanking more. So speed kind of works out a slight bit better in your favor here. And we see the final regular Altaria set is actually a stall set. That we've got Cotton Guard, kind of raise our defense by 3. Substitute to give us a way to get out. Dragon Pulse and Heat Wave just there for damage. And then we got Leftovers to give us our health back gradually with the Natural Cure. And then we see we got maxed out HP and special defense with the Bold Nature and 4 EVs in the defense. So the idea behind this set is kind of just you tank out your opponent, that you set up a Cotton Guard first turn, that your defense goes up to about 490 something, or even higher. It goes up into the 500s or 600s. And we got Substitute, kind of just give us a way to kind of prevent our opponent from hitting us. And then Dragon Pulse, again, damage and stab. Heat Wave, very high damage, does a lot of good, hits a lot of our weaknesses. And with Altaria's defense getting so high off the Cotton Guard, you basically become a physical tank that really nothing's going to be able to get past easily. That with your defense being so high, you won't really actually be able to be taken down that easily by a physical move, so your opponent's going to have to hit you with enough special moves. And even then, Altaria's special defense is very high. That we got 309 in the special defense with max investment without nature. And then we see the first Mega Altaria set is basically a sweeper set. That we've got Hyper Beam. No. That's not right. And then we see the first Altaria Mega Set. We actually have Hyper Voice, Heat Wave, Dragon Pulse, and Roost with the maxed out special attack and speed with the Timid Nature. So it's basically a sweeper set that we've got Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice has very high amounts of damage, and with Pixelate it's getting that extra double damage plus the stab from Fairy. Then we got Heat Wave covering our weaknesses. Dragon Pulse, just there for damage. And then Roost, kind of give us our health back. That with Mega Altaria, we're a very high tank with both of our defenses being in the 240s and 250s, and with our speed at the current rate, we just Roost, get our health back before the opponent really tries to hit us, and then we'll be able to, say, tank 2 or 3 more hits before we need to use another Roost, and we can just knock them out with something like Hyper Voice. That Hyper Voice is really a good move on Altaria because it gets a massive amount of damage. And it just absolutely wrecks. You can run a physical set if you want. Altaria is also viable as a physical attacker, that you could run Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Return instead of Hyper Voice, Heat Wave, and Dragon Pulse. But I kind of feel like with this set, a special attack would work out a little bit better. Now we see the next set is a Dragon Dance set, that we got Dragon Dance just to get our attack and speed up, Dragon Claw in return for the damage, and Roost to get the health back. So we see we got max out attack and speed on this with the Jolly Nature. So Dragon Dance giving us about 460 in the attack and 420 in the speed, meaning we're going to be a very fast, very powerful sweeper. And we got Dragon Claw just there for that stab. Return, getting that boost from Pixelate, plus the 102 power if you have the maxed out happiness, which you would if you were running a Return Pokemon. So you're getting massive amounts of damage off of that, and then just Roost to kind of get your health back. That Altaria with Return after a Dragon Dance is absolutely destructive. That Return, getting the double power plus the Pixelate bonus, would be a lot more beneficial than probably Hyper Voice, because Return gets a lot more boosts on it. And then we see the final Altaria set is we actually have another stall set. So we got Cotton Guard, kind of just there to get our defense up. We have Haze to kind of eliminate all stat changes. Roost to give us our HP back, and then just Hyper Voice for the damage. And then we see we got maxed out HP and special defense with the defensive nature, with the defensive 4 IVs, and then the Calm Nature. So the idea behind this set is just become, again, a defensive tank, but better. that with this set you kind of become an even stronger defensive tank, and you just become absolutely unkillable. That your defense is reaching up around the 500s or the 600s, and you're getting absolutely monstrous amounts of tank off of one Altaria. So, Altaria, it can be run a multitude of ways. You can run it as a tank, you can run it as a stall, you can run it as a support, you can run it as an attack. Altaria has basically flexibility for every area of battle. And it is actually a very widely used Pokemon that I guarantee will see more use once people start getting it over into Sun and Moon. But you could also run Toxic on all of these sets. That Toxic is another very common Altaria move that works out a lot of the time. That for this set, Toxic work out well on Haze. That you could replace Haze with Toxic, and you could just, instead of eliminating stat changes, wear them down where they're trying to set up. But anyway, I'm going to leave this how to use Altaria video here. Hopefully Altaria gets more usage. I do want to see it get a lot more usage in Sun and Moon, because I do believe Altaria could speed up the game quite a bit. But anyway, I'm leaving this video here. If you guys have any Pokemon you want to see me do videos on in the future, let me know down in the comments. And if you guys did like this video, you can slap the like button as always, and I will see you guys later.